Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna analyze pound pairs as a whole. I'm gonna include the indexes, so let's go. Um, Last time I spoke about pound USD. That's the first pair I'm gonna analyze. Pound USD, as you can see, touched the trend line, come back on Friday. As you can see here, come back down on Friday. I was short from here, and I exit around this area between this high and this low, which is exactly at this point. I exited a little bit earlier because I didn't want to risk too much on Friday, and I longed. I put a pending order, come back, retest this area, and went up. I exit around this high because I didn't want to risk too much. As I said, at around 12, 1 o'clock London time, I exited and I just closed for the week. So the pound actually continue up. That's because the weakness of USD, because Mr. Trump he keep tweeting, and China and the trade war and all this kind of market mover news. Without these guys, we will never earn money. So I'm actually glad that Trump talking out and China and this war is bad, but for the field I'm doing as a trader, it's good for me to see the pound moving up, um, and the dollar maybe we get weakness and yen getting stronger, but that's how it is and we cannot change that, so we have to take advantage of it. That's every trader benefit from any news, because without news there's no forex, so just be aware. um, as you can see, that trend line, that's on daily view, that big down momentum come to an end from this bottom, as I did mention in my previous videos. That's the bottom here since 2016. Brexit, flash crash, went up, come back down, crashing because of Brexit deal and all the stuff. That's my drawing. I'm gonna leave it here until we touch here. If you watch my previous video, you will see that I did that drawing before, when it was down here, just before the green candle, the very first green candle. Okay, so that's how I'm seeing the market moving in waves, as you can see. However, I still want to see the bound break higher, come to this level, bound USD, and come back down this that level. This is going to be significant area in the future. Still my long going on a bigger time frame, intraday, in and out, but I'm leaving this to continue up momentum. If we come back here, come up to this point, and we'll start to see some consolidation, break a little bit lower, slowly, gently, we can just short it up to this area to protect my long. Okay, so that's the bound view, bound USD. I'm gonna look to the news later on, but ultimately pound is getting stronger because we getting some kind of positive news of Brexit. Boris Johnson is still working on it, and the G7 were obviously today and yesterday. So that's got effect on the market. I already checked on the pound. Pound is good in some bids behind before the market open today, and that's positive. I'm gonna view now the rest of the bears, and I'm gonna view some other indexes to get you the full picture of it. I'm not going to drill down to the 4 hours, just stick with the daily. As you can see, very nice green, impulsive, come retest 50% of it, nearly 50%. That's why I get out and continue its way up. I expect it to come up here, do some 50% of the bigger candle itself, or maybe more or less. You have to judge by London Open, and we'll continue all the way up to these levels here to break. That's the major one I like to see. It has been touched, which is about 27. However, between this area and this area, so we've got 1.23, which is about 23% from the Fibonacci here. Okay, to come back and try to break these areas. If we have a very positive news, we could see the bound go back to 35 again, and from 30 35 area we'll continue our way up if we have a solid paperwork been done regarding Brexit and backstop and all this mambo jumbo things show. So yeah, let's move on. That's the British pound index itself. As you can see, if I look to the weekly, because it's got some gaps on it, so I don't want to read, just weekly is the best to read. You can see here break that low, but it didn't keep going. It's just a very easy spot rejection, and we break that high of that candle itself, and we close above it this week. So 1 week all the way down, close down here, open high as you can see, but obviously we don't get this data. Maybe it could just open from here, continue up and come back down and continue. 2 weeks we touched the previous 2 weeks. I can see that V reversal, very famous pattern. On weekly you can see V reversal. You could see this week come back, test this high and continue up on the way up to this area, and this between here and here. So we could just close here, come back, make another wave and continue all the way up. I see that on weekly is, you can't count too much on elite waves. On the bigger time frame you can count just the whole wave like that. In the smaller time frame, you're gonna inside there is gonna be waves. So I expect that come back up, test 1 week here, come back, make a pin bar, come another week, do test and continue all the way up. It doesn't go straight in a straight line. It's not gonna continue all the way up unless it's a big news. Even if it's a news coming, it will spike very up, retrace back down, market moves that way. It doesn't matter what the news is, and continue all the way up. Okay, so that's give a chance to the investor to get in. They're not going to get at the top. They're waiting for it to come down here. They start building orders as a magnet of the market prices go down to this place to be filled and continue all the way up. Okay, let's move on. The next one is a pound yen. Well, about pound yen itself, I expected that. I said that in my last video. That's nice resistant area. I'm expected to retrieve back from here, and it did. And I was short from here, and I exited right somewhere here between this area and this area because the bound USD come to a nice spot to get out, so I exit both of them at the same time. However, because it was going back up again, but Trump tweeted and China tweeted and all this mambo jumbo thing happened, then pushed all the way down as expected. And I said that's going to come back to these areas and it will retrace back, which it did happen. Now I expect it to go up a little bit and continue making waves on the lower time frames. If we go to 4 hours, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4. I expect with 5. See how 5 can get. I expect it to be long from here or this area. It doesn't have to be, it could be 50%. Okay, so if we come to 50%, you could just break that low. Yeah, that low I'm pointing at, just to break it a little bit lower at 50% and continue up. Bound get some strength now, and I expect it to break that resistance and where it go to this D 1618 around here. And if we look left, you can see this consolidation area. I expect it to break it up to these highs. So we go there up to here. We'll test it. Could be Monday, Tuesday. Monday is UK bank holidays. I believe that's Europe as well. So Europe is going to be very light trading going on. However, US is open for business and stock open for business. So we should see some volatility around 1 p.m. UK time. Um, just move on. So I can, as I said before, that's been rejected. Not rejected, it's just that's the regular place you can exit your long and you start to shorten it, and which I did. Now I'm looking for entry to get long. I don't want to short anymore. I won't get paid. And yen, just for your information, yen government, the Japanese government, they're looking for to reduce their currency strings because they're not happy. Okay, there's not a good benefit for a country to have a strong currency. It's not good for trading, for a lot of stuff. The majority is they want their currency to be an average price, not too strong, not too weak. That's every interest of every country. Okay, so I'm looking to long. I'm looking for to break that low with 5, and I see some evidence of long continuation to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up to this point, and I will exit. And I'm waiting for another 5 waves to come back and retest here. We can say with 1, with 2, then with 3 on a bigger time frame, which is daily. As you can see, that could be only wave 1. Then we're just looking for wave 2, wave 3. Wave 2 could be just 30%, 38%. Come to retest this area and continue up to these levels on the daily. 138, 140 is definitely 140 is going to come into play. 140 area, before 140 you're going to see a lot of consolidation. As you can see here, this point, this point, this point, all these areas is going to be a lot of seller waiting for it to come back up there. However, that will run away if we have a good news of Brexit, because pound will be uh, evaluated, like is increase in value. So the currencies, I'm going to say that again, currency itself, it's been calculated by value, the economy of the country, um, how much buyer and seller for this pair itself, for the currency itself, as all this, all ports, like all this add to the price, and the price, that's why the price keep fluctuating up and down crazy, because there's a lot is depend on a lot of stuff, on the yen itself, on the pound string, and the yen string, and the USD against the yen, and the pound against the dollar, and that's how the pound yen been affected across. Okay, so moving on, that's the yen index. Let me just go. That's the daily, the best view to see. Basically, that yen was going down nicely. We expected just to come back up here and make a wave two and continue. However, Trump and China did their tweets, the toy they play with every time, and the spike up back up, and as you can see, rejected all the way down here. It's just the effect of the news is fading away, and I expected that yen index will come and retest these areas here. Let me just this area and break it, and we could go down to the next one, this area. Okay, our drawing is horrible, sorry. Look in the big picture, that's a daily, make some trend lines, expect it to come down, crashing, expect to come down, break the low, continue up, come back down to this area, and so forth. Come back here, do this, and break lower, continue, and break lower, and probably we're going to see this area here, here, because yen, it doesn't want it to be strong. As you can see that on the daily, I'm on the daily now, this high and this high. If we go down from here and break that trend line, wave one, wave two, wave three is going to break that low. I'm expecting that low to be broken. So we will see. That's a daily. So we could see a long term by the end of the year. Hopefully we'll be touching here and continue way down. Let's make the bounce strong, make the USD strong. Not necessarily USD strong, but weakness of the yen, it will make all pairs getting stronger, and the value will move from here to there percentage wise. Let's move on to the next. Pound US Aussie. Pound Aussie, I did already video about it before. I didn't do any more because I'm waiting for it, because I did one big video to see where we're going, and that's where we're heading at the moment. Sorry about this mess. Oh, what just happened now? Sorry. Okay. I talked about that position. I will be long from here. I want I'm long and I keep going. We'll break that high. We didn't yet. We could do just a small pullback here and we break high because Aussie is weak. Because the yen is strong. So when the yen is strong, Aussie is weak. Aussie is weak. China is weak. China is weak. USD strong with China, but not strong against yen, because yen got a lot of that's a safe haven. So anything go wrong with the market, they buy the yen. All the money flying to the yen. Okay, gold and yen. So gold is strong as well at the moment, but I don't expect the gold to go keep going. Gold is due to pull back when we see evidence of pulling back, we see some waves, some big red candles on 4 hours daily, then we will say yes, that's the moment we will start selling uh, gold, but not to say okay, maybe it's going to go down, maybe it's not a business. You have to have evidence of solid information to go with the market. Okay, so as you can see, we break that is the way inside the channel. We're going to go down a little bit, probably we're going to break it, go to this level, continue back down. Let's see how go on Saturday, Sunday, Monday this week. After the G7, we'll see how go. That's the Aussie index. I'm looking on the daily. Let's go to the weekly. Lowest low since 2016. We broke that low. Make a couple of green wick consolidating here. I expect it to go back up. As I said, I expect it to go back up because it's a very interesting area to long from. Let's go back further. Is maybe a lot of lows here, but China is firing this extra 5% tariffs on US goods. That's gonna make China strong a little bit, and it's gonna make Aussie strong too. Okay, plus the gold is strong as well. So we tested this area twice, 2 weeks in a row. Last 2 weeks we tested, got couple green, we got the third week is red. We should see maybe pull back up and retest and try to break it and continue up here, since China's got some kind of uh, fighting back with US mambo jumbo stuff. Bound New Zealand, amazing trade. I took it here. We're just go back in the daily. When I saw this consolidation, we break here, come back, retest it. I take long here and I exit somewhere here. I exit too early. Okay, when I close positions of the bound, I closed it early. As soon as I closed it, I saw some news of Brexit and spike back up. The next day, come back, bull back here, and hold its position. I expect that Pound New Zealand is a very, 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 very good runner. He makes a lot of pips for me, and this move itself about 300 pips. Okay, that move here, 400 pips. That move here, we'll wait back to test this area about 370 pips. Is amazing pair to trade. Okay, but if you know how to trade it, you will earn a lot of money. If you don't know how to trade it, you're gonna lose a lot of money. I expect this one to come back up here, this area, come back, retest this area, then continue its way up here, here. That's not the end of it. We still have to go up to the 100%. Not the 100%, I'm not sure. Up to this area, okay? As you can see, we didn't break that low. That's the daily. We didn't break that low. We'll come back 78%, as you can see. Come back down, break the 23. However, we didn't make a new low below the zero. We'll continue back up. We'll break the previous high. We'll make a higher high. Come back. We'll make a higher low. Then continue make a higher high. Expect to come back to make a higher low down here. And we come back and tested that trend line, higher high. Then we could see higher low. Then maybe we should just see like start to consolidate a little bit. Make wave one, wave two, then wave three, we break higher to challenge this area. To challenge this area. Okay, guys, let's just move on to the next. Bound CAD is all bound pairs moving back up. So depends what the pair itself, which one you're trading. It's gonna be affected. Obviously, the oil affected by CAD. CAD itself is been affected by oil, by its economy, and interest rate. So we can see that very nice 5 daily moving waves nicely. One pullback, you can say 1, 2, 3, break 2. We're looking for 4, consolidate between this area here. Expect it to come back down here or continue back up. Test this area, come back down, and continue back up here on daily. Okay, so you can see, as you can see, nice shoulder head, another shoulder, and continue back up here. You could see just coming down that way. You could see another wave coming down here and continue back up, break these highs, and we can see here. All depends of Brexit news. Okay, if pound getting strong, all pound pairs will move, all of it. Even if something stronger, pound is going to be even the strongest currencies because we have a fresh news and the market have a very short memory. As soon as something come up in play, everyone focus on that news now and they started buying or selling for this news. Okay, if after the news fade away, it will retrace back. When the news come back up to back up the previous news, now it's become like support or resistance. Like this is stronger news backing up the previous news. Now we have a strong move to that direction. That's when the market changed direction. Okay, news changed the market direction. As you can see, stopped here for a reason of the previous support. Then we have some news to break the previous high, make a new high. Okay, now we're gonna make a higher low. Then expect it to go again higher low, higher low until we see. Okay, you have to look to the big picture. Okay, moving on. Pound Swiss. I don't really trade it much. It doesn't really move much as the rest. So I'm gonna just analyze it quickly. I don't really trade it much, so sorry if I don't trade it much, you guys, because it's not as a much mover as the rest of the pairs. However, it will move very well if the pound itself move very well. So that's not gonna risk too much money on it. I'll just risk small percentage, but I don't really trade it much. However, it's moving with the pound. The Swiss itself and the yen, they're getting very strong because of Trump. As you can see, that big move down. Well, Trump and China, when they started fighting, just bear in mind, slowly, it's gonna take low effect on the market because it's just like Brexit at first. You know, when you had a Brexit, it's a big move and all stuff, but after that, they started to negotiate, they started to make bad comments, started waiting, and Brexit effect started to fade away. Any news, we're now waiting for the bigger news, the end game of it. Okay, so in my opinion, my view, Brexit itself, we're waiting for positive news, and positive news will come very soon. I'm telling you that we're gonna have a good deal. We're probably gonna have a good deal, or we're not gonna leave Europe. Okay, that's what I see it now. There's nothing is gonna be no deal. No deal is completely off the table of UK and Europe. Okay, just bear in mind. I said that before in my videos. We're gonna have a deal. 99%, 99.999%. We need a deal to deal with each other. Okay, that doesn't matter bad or good, whatever. We're not gonna agree unless it's a good deal, and both sides they need to get a deal, and we're gonna get a deal anyway. So um, now the next play it's Trump and China, and they start to be getting less effect. We moved to only 100 pips across the pairs. We didn't move really very big. At first, when Trump put the tariffs on China, we moved a little bit bigger than that, 200 pips. Now we moved to only 100 pips on Friday. Empty volume, where volume is empty, and the value of the move is not much really because now we started getting used to this bad news, and the investor now start say, okay, he did says he did that, they will become equal now. They start fighting each other. At the end of the day, if they put a 50% tariff, he's gonna be 50% tariff. That's still on the same level. It doesn't matter. He's taking money from him. He's taking money from them, from this country. They're taking from this country. So it's become less effective to the market now. So bear that in mind as well. Don't panic when you see some news coming in and the market pulling back. It's absolutely normal pullback. I want to see that pullback. I'm happy to see that pullback down. Then we start buying in a better price here. Okay, because tomorrow is going to be new news, new entries, and it doesn't really care about what happened on Friday. Today is a new day. Yesterday, its news is over. It's not over, but it's further away from the market. Now it's a good area to buy, which you can buy from here. Okay, but you don't just buy because I said so. You need to buy when you see a strong evidence that something green coming up and people get interested to put their money back. Then you join the move. Don't go against the move because it did this. If you look previously, see a nice move back up. We break this area. We need to break this area, and we'll continue as the direction changing. Okay. Let's see what's next. Uh, well, I'm not gonna analyze this pair itself. It is moving very slow, and I don't really trade it much at all. I traded maybe once or twice all my life, so I don't really trade it. So, guys, I'm gonna stop it here. Please, I hope that been informative for you, and thanks for viewing. Please subscribe and put the notification button so you can receive my videos when I do, and leave a comment and like. Thanks very much. You have a great week ahead. Thanks. Bye.